Hello, hello, and welcome. Let's talk about Venom, The Last Dance. The anti-heroes in MCU is becoming more and more popular, and Venom is one of them. Although I really enjoyed the movie, but there were some holes in the story that we're going to talk about it. So the story was like a box of Lego, let's say, and it was mixed with some different sets, and you don't know what's going on, but although you're trying to figure out what is what by like trying to figure out different pieces together, but still you're enjoying it. And for me, the movie was like this. The feeling that I had was just like I was confused, but at the same time I was enjoying. So what was the movie about? The movie was about that Venom has an antibody that could free the boss of some alien nightmare, and then his soldiers were trying to capture Venom to get the antibody for their bosses. So the whole story is going around this and how they are like following Venom and what happens. And how can they say they see Venom? Is when he is in his whole form. Isn't it reminding you of something? Yes, Lord of the Ring. So whenever like they were wear the ring, they could see him. I mean, the idea was relatively similar, no problem. Lord of the Rings is good, this was good. But still, it was just like when I saw it, I was just like, really? But it's okay. So, like, how does the movie starts is that, the previous movie stopped when he went to the parallel universe. What happened? He was just like now in the new movie, he was in the beginning in the other parallel universe, and suddenly he was again in his own universe. So they didn't explain what happened, why this like time travel or like universe travel happened, why he went to another multiverse, what was the reason that he came back. They didn't talk about it, or at least I didn't get it. What was it? What was it? Did it have a story behind it that they cut? Although they could cut so many other things in the movie, they decided to cut this part. Or was it something that was hidden at the behind the door that I needed to think about it to open the door? So, do you know what happened that he came back? Write in the comments your opinion, because I have no clue why he went to a parallel universe and why he came back to this universe. And there were so many dogs that they rescued, and I was just like, oh god, something is going to happen with these dogs. There were like thousands, or like not thousands, maybe hundreds of dogs. And I was just like, okay, the dogs, when they rescued the dogs were also following them. And I was just like, something is happening. And then in the next thing, the dogs were away and nothing happened. I was just like, seriously? The whole movie for me felt like they haven't released the last version. When you want to submit your thesis and then you're like writing final version, and then you change something, you write final version, and then again you change something, and final version. I guess for me, in my opinion, they released the final version, but not final version. So they released one before the last. They had so many ideas that they were like, maybe we can use this, maybe we can use that. Okay, we will like just take a video of whatever we think that can be good. Some of them make a like are going to be in the last cut, some of them not, and like we just like gather everything in our final version, and then we see which one we do, which one we take. And at the end, I guess they released this version because so many things happened without any reason, or so many scenes happened that I was just like, oh, it is going to be followed by something very important. Nothing happened, and for me it was just like, okay, yeah, they just like published something that probably they shouldn't have published. For example, like with the doctor who had the hand problem, they talked about her past. They talked about the fact that she has like the job that her brother was always wishing to. And I was just like, something is going to happen with this doctor. Nothing happened. At the end, some other doctors had even more role in the whole war and in whole fight than her. So why they talk so much about her past when she didn't do so much? They could talk as much as about her past as about the other doctor's past. So for me, this was like a hole in the story, because maybe in the next Venom, because at the end of the movie, we will talk about it, we realize that it's going to be probably a new Venom movie. But why? I mean, maybe in the other Venom, she will be the main role. I don't know. But at the end, I was just like, oh yeah. But why they like talk so much about her without showing so much, or without her doing so much? Or like the fact that it was, some parts were really boring, like when the hippie family were like driving Eddie to Las Vegas. So the whole like car ride could at least be cut. I don't know. For me, it was just like in feeling was like 10 minutes. I don't know how long it was it take, but I guess they could cut it in half or like 1/3 because it was just boring. They were sitting, yeah, maybe they were listening to something, but they could really cut this part and add to some other parts, which adds more meaning to the whole thing. And the movie is called The Last Dance. So, what happened is that although Venom knew that when he is in his own form, the soldiers of that boss alien thing would find him, but still he sacrificed everything for a last dance. But probably it had a metaphor or like it had something in like as a meaning in the background. But wasn't it irresponsible that he sacrificed everything for a dance? I mean, yes, that was a very emotional scene for me, but like maybe he knew that anyway they were going to find him and he just at least wanted to enjoy his last minute. But I found it irresponsible. I mean, I don't know, maybe really I'm losing the meaning behind it, but he could do it really better. Or like the fact that suddenly the Asian lady from the store just showed up. So there were so many characters in it that, yeah, they had like a very short role and without adding so much to the movie. And at least from the previous movies, we know that the symbiotes don't have face without a person. But at the end, when Venom is pushing Eddie out of him, still he has a face. So it was not even consistent. So I was just a little like, is Eddie in? No, he's out. So is someone else is in? Why Venom has a face? And they didn't explain why Venom has a face. So as I said, maybe everything is going to be explained in the next movie, but at the same time, for me, at least at the end of this movie, I was so confused. And like in the hippie family, the son, he thought Eddie's dead. And until the end of the movie, they didn't somehow declare or like they didn't somehow clarify to that he knows now that the Eddie is not dead anymore. So let's imagine nothing happens and they went and they drove away. So until his and he was super sad about it. So until the end of his life, he would not know that Eddie is alive, and maybe he has a childhood trauma or something because of this fact. So they didn't even clarify this part. Yeah, life is hard, but at least when in movies like this, I was expecting that they show something that like, oh, the child at the last minute saw Eddie or like something happened, someone he sent a letter or something to them that yeah, I'm fine. No. So yeah, a sad child. Cool. And okay, in the post-credit scene, we are seeing that probably there will be a new Venom. Very good, happy. But in the post-credit scene, imagine you're sitting 5-6 minutes just like to see what is the post-credit scene, sorry. And the most predictable things happens, and you're just like, did I sit really for this? It could be something with more meaning, but no, they decided with the most boring post-credit scene. I mean, the post-credit scene is supposed to be something that you say, oh my god, and no, of course not. That was the most predictable thing. So these things were a little bit on my nerve. And I know that when you watch the video, you think that okay, she was totally annoyed during watching the movie, but I was not really. So there were really some holes in the story that I was just thinking like they could do better. But at the end, I was enjoying watching it. So the whole story was like really good binded together, although the holes, but still you could enjoy it. The scenery was beautiful. Like it was really sticking at least to the whole Venom vibe that you were expecting from Venom. So in general, I was enjoying. I will go for the next Venom definitely also to the cinema. So the feeling was perfect. But of course, like we are here to talk about some story holes also, right? So that was it. Let me know what you think about Venom. Write in the comment, hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in the next video. Ciao!